need to engage. And now all of a sudden we find in the beginning of Smart Grid, almost half or more of the projects were smart metering projects, right? Putting smart meters on homes, not just in the US, but all over the world. You know, I think sometimes we forget, doing a piggyback on what Shay said, we as engineers or as technical people, when we talk to others, we sometimes assume, we don't even think about it, we assume that the people we're talking to have the same background and level of knowledge we do. And then we wonder why they aren't inspired. Why don't they do the things we want them to do? And the reason is we don't spend enough time with education. We don't spend, many, people will not do something if they don't understand it or feel comfortable with it, okay? And we sometimes go too fast. We say, how come they don't do what we ask them to do? Did we spend enough time to really explain things to them? Did we make sure that they understood what we're talking about? Do we make sure they understand and feel comfortable with it? You don't have a chance. You have very little chance of convincing somebody to do something if you haven't spent the time with education, like Shay said, and making sure they feel comfortable with it. And every person is different. Some people you have to spend more time with. So with energy efficiency and the Smart Grid Consumer Collaborative, this organization, we took people from the 5 different customer segments in a focus group setting, okay? Behind one-way glass. And I was observing this. When each person came in from each of the 5 segments, they really didn't know what technology was available for them to reduce the energy efficiency in their home. They weren't aware of it. After spending 20 to 25 minutes with them and explaining the positives and the negatives, a balanced approach, at the end of that time, now they were aware of it, they felt comfortable with it, and every one of them said, if that was available to me, I would take advantage of it. Okay? So I think inspiration, make sure you invest the time first with education, making sure people understand it, and then I think you have a much better chance of people being inspired to do what you want them to do.
But the people need some benefit.